Okay. Are you on thyroid medication? Are you on T4, levothyroxine, for example? Are you on T3? Are you on natural desiccated thyroid? Are you on a combination? This is for you. So we've had some questions, whether they're DMs or emails. I want to go through this with you quickly, not take too long, because it's important. First of all, when you are diagnosed with hypothyroidism, remember, it's not just about the thyroid. It shouldn't be just about the thyroid. I use a systems biology approach, okay? Thanks to the godfather of functional medicine, Dr. Jeffrey Bland. Now, that means we don't just focus on the thyroid alone. So when you are on medication, say if you're on T4, you want to know, are you converting it to T3? In order to convert it to T3, which is the active hormone, okay, that's the one that does all the job, then that's your thyroid hormone. T4 is like the pro hormone. You have to activate it to T3. In order to activate it, you need a whole lot of minerals and nutrients. You need a healthy gut. You need a healthy microbiome. The two don't go hand in hand, okay? You're further upstream, the gut is really important as well. Healthy kidneys, healthy liver, healthy bile, okay? And then healthy receptors. Now, receptors are like the keyhole, okay? That keyhole is the receptor. The key is the thyroid hormone. When you put the right key in the right receptor, you can unlock the lock, okay? Some people, that keyhole is rusty. It's been stuffed with tissues or whatever, little things that, kids can put Lego toys in there, what have you. Now, in order for your receptors to hear the T3, you need good fats. You need healthy fats, omega-6s, omega-3s, cholesterol, etc. You also need carbohydrates because we've also got glycoproteins in the membrane that holds these receptors. You also need minerals. But for T3, once say you're healthy, you convert your T4 to T3, no problem. That T3 will then bind to the receptor in the cell, inside the cell, and it requires vitamin D, vitamin A. Now, when I say vitamin A, I'm not talking about beta carotene, I'm talking about retinol. So your non-vegetarian form of vitamin A, or your body has to convert your beta carotene or your carotene, your pro-vitamin A to vitamin A. Now, in order to convert pro-vitamin A to vitamin A, it's a labor-intensive process. And again, you need bile. Okay, so this whole thing with the gallbladder and whipping out the gallbladder, and I say whipping with quite dramatically, without any consideration about the impact of having the gallbladder removed on overall health, especially thyroid health, is a bit crazy. So if you do not have a gallbladder, there is a webinar that's already been done. It's on the New School of Nutritional Medicine's website that you can purchase and watch and listen and follow the advice if you want to. It's more educational purposes. What you do with it is up to you. But the bile is really important. The gallbladder is a vital organ. Not only we were taught at school, bile, gallbladder, emulsification of fats. Okay, that was pretty much it. But it has so many more roles than that. So if you don't have a gallbladder, you want support, okay, to get that bile with your meals. Now, if you've got a gallbladder and everything else, great, but is your bile healthy? Okay, so again, we cover this in that webinar. Also, you want to ask the question, was there changes from you taking your medication? Now, this isn't about going off the medications, coming off the medications. This is about understanding how is your medication, your thyroid medication, helping you, helping your thyroid health, helping your overall health. Now, the thyroid is the engine of your metabolism. So if you are listening to this and you're on thyroid medication and you've noticed no changes in your symptoms, but your TSH was high, and then by taking the medication it went within normal range, it really doesn't mean anything. If it's not doing anything for you, go back to your doctor and say you still have those symptoms. Or were you prescribed thyroid medication and actually you didn't have any symptoms anyway? So these are important questions to ask. And then if you're on T3, or you're on natural desiccated thyroid, again, you honestly should be checking, getting a full thyroid profile every, I would say, 6 months, not even yearly, every 6 months. You want to check, because if you're somebody who's got an autoimmune condition, you've got Hashimoto's, for example, where you've got antibodies to one of the enzymes or thyroglobulin, which is important in making the thyroid hormone, you want to check what are they doing throughout the year. Are they changing? Are they coming up? Are they going down? Are they stable? Because sometimes changes in your lifestyle, say if you go through a stressful situation, that can increase your thyroid antibodies, which can suddenly increase the need for more thyroid medication. It's actually not the need for more thyroid medication, but it's the need to reassess your life, how you're living life. Stress plays a huge role in any condition, any disease, and most people or clients tend to just roll their eyeballs like, oh, you're talking about stress again. It's such an important part of life. How you manage it, how you work with stress is really important. Let me explain. When you are stressed, now in nutritional medicine, we see as the HPA axis, hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis. That hypothalamus tells your adrenals you're in danger, you need to sort your stuff out. You run for your life, you fight for your life, or you freeze for your life. Okay, so you do, or fawn, whichever ones you have a predisposition to. And that all depends on your biology. Your autobiography leads to how you respond now in your present day situation, unless you're doing a lot of inner work and you're working on yourself. So when that happens, the body gets the message that it doesn't care about thyroid health. It doesn't actually care about fertility. It doesn't care about your hair growth. It doesn't care about your skin condition. It doesn't care about looking after all your other systems like digestion. Because if you know that some people have hypothyroidism, tend to be constipated, tend to be overweight. So all of those symptoms can result because of a dysregulated HPA axis. Okay, so hopefully this has been helpful. And some tips: go to bed on time, switch off all the crazy blue lights at least an hour before. And if you're listening to this and you think, well, I don't have that luxury, do you have the luxury of being ill for the rest of your life? Okay, sleep is absolutely vital. Circadian rhythm, it's kind of trendy, it's everywhere, going out, doing sunrise, getting this, natural sunlight, etc. This is actually common sense. Part of it is we've just lost common sense and kind of becoming all gadget based. Oh yeah, I've got my Oura ring. Oh yeah, I've got my glucose monitor. So what? Just sleep on time, get some rest, eat good food, be with good people who encourage you, who are your cheerleaders. This is all really important. This all will help your thyroid health. It's not just about the kelp. It's not about the Lugol's iodine. It's not about the selenium. It's not about the thyroid glandulars or the thyroidinum or the calc carb cell salt or the calc phos cell salt. This is about everyday living, waking up, not to a phone, but just to natural light. So start with the simples, then build on from there. So first of all, if you want to be accountable to somebody, get a buddy and say, right, let's be accountable. Let's switch off all our gadgets, all our phones, everything at 9 p.m. and then you go to bed at 10 p.m. Okay. The other thing would be is when you wake up in the morning is, again, don't wake yourself up to a phone light or artificial light. Wake up to natural light. Get up, get out of bed, go and make yourself a herbal tea or something. But just small steps. Doesn't have to be overwhelming. Really small steps, and see the small, subtle shifts. Starts with small changes, subtle shifts, and then it just becomes incremental. Okay? Then we can move on to things like having a breakfast that's loaded, in inverted commas, with protein. So if you're saying, yeah, I'll have 1 egg for breakfast, not enough protein, not if you're in perimenopause. So all that sort of stuff I'm going to cover in my hormonal webinars, which I've been prepping and planning. But the thyroid stuff is here for you to watch this and listen and implement what you can. Okay, so remember, this is not just about the thyroid, because that's being thyroid centric, gland centric, looking at the whole person, mind, body, and soul. Okay, hope this has been helpful. Questions, please comment below. Don't DM, don't email, because we're not going to answer them. It's just taking up too much time. Thanks very much.